Well, hello, everybody. Holy cow, I said hello and I scared all three of my cats at the same time. How's it going? I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different today. What the heck? I'm on the wrong loadout? Oh well, I'll stick with it. I'll try. So, I'm going to be playing some Risk of Rain 2. The new DLC just came out, as a lot of you probably know. Lots of people threw fits about it, are still throwing fits about it, etc., etc. But I'm excited for it, and it's been fun. So, I have decided to start a series where I'm trying to beat the game on Eclipse 8, get to Eclipse 8 with every character, and beat the game. We'll see. I don't know how long it'll last, but we'll try. I typically don't run this loadout on Seeker. I accidentally, apparently when you reset the game, it resets which skills you have chosen. So, I don't know how to hit these guys. There we go. Typically, I would have the other L2 because it is incredibly good. I do play on console, which means the patch that just released today has not come out yet, but that's okay. It's still pretty fun. I have only just started the DLC. In terms of like unlocking and completing things. I haven't fought the new final boss or done the new ending or anything. The other thing to note is, for that matter, I don't even have the first DLC on console at least. So I just kind of wanted to cover the new characters for now. I'll probably pick it up at some point, but I have it on PC already. Anyway, I gotta say, I'm a big fan so far of the new content. I know a lot of people are saying it's very mid or mediocre, etc., but I think it's added a lot of good stuff. Not to mention, I mean, Seeker. This character is absolutely insane, if you ask me. Did that guy just heal? If you didn't know, so the difference between their two L2s, one of them heals them when they use it, and one of them spawns orbs that when they hit enemies gives you armor. I think the armor, the barrier, whatever it's called in this game, is way more valuable, even though it's less healing. The issue is once you hit Eclipse 5 like I'm at, you lose half your healing from your L2, so like, as you can see, it heals me like 15 to 30 health, which is not a lot. It does do a lot better damage. I think it hits for like 650%. This character is insane, by the way. All of their effects, if you run this loadout, all of their effects proc bans. Like every single attack they have, which is already outrageous. And they all do different amounts too. I don't know. I think it's really hard to say that this character is bad, even though I've been seeing a lot of people say that. And I think it's because they were labeled as a support character when they got announced and were shown off. But all their support works for them too, so they end up just like being extremely powerful. This is a Halcyon shrine, by the way. Halcyon? I have no idea how to pronounce it. But it'll spawn a little guy, a little big guy, I guess, when we're done feeding it money. Which is probably going to be a couple more enemies. And then we get to deal with that guy, who is interesting to say the least. Yeah, if you just circle strafe him, it's pretty safe, honestly, for the most part. From what I've noticed. Also, multiple of your skills actually cause stun, by the way. This character really does a lot. Yeah, this guy doesn't hit all that hard, honestly. Not for being like a super big guy. There's a few strategies I would love to talk about with this character as we go a little bit further into playing them. Possibly depending on what we find. There's a couple builds I have found that are really fun with this character. And one of them is building around your L1, which I think is really strong. Oh, wow, okay. So this character already has 2 buffs anyway. They start with 2, so we're at 3 already. So we only need a couple more to make us have a 20% all stats up. Now that that guy's dead, we should probably just run and find the teleporter. I don't know if you guys ever play on Monsoon or not. If you guys think it's fun or easy or difficult, etc. Did I say Monsoon? I meant Eclipse. Either way, Monsoon or Eclipse. I know for the longest time I was not a Monsoon player, let alone an Eclipse player. Well, we'll take it. Yeah, it's already at 1, 2. Yeah, it's a 5th buff, so technically it gives us a 20% all stats up. For 5 seconds. Whenever we go into, if we go into combat now, right? We should go to 5-second all stats up? Yeah. Look at that, that's cool. Oh, that's a much better one than Warped Echo. By the way, Warped Echo, because I'm on console, it's still broken, which means it's really not good to have after the first couple stages. Let's go ahead and hit TP, by the way. There we go. Let's see if we can get 5 buffs real quick. There we go. Okay, so that doesn't really work on top of Vagrant. That's okay. Hey, so one thing I found about Seeker is that their R2s go through, their primary fire goes through enemies, which is actually huge. Because it means you... Oh, no. Oh, I almost just splatted on the ground, dude. That was good. And Leeching Seed. So that's the other way that I can get 5 buffs, is I also have Chronic expansion right now, which means if I can get 5 kills, I don't know. I'm a little bit early to be taking advantage of the 5 buffs, it seems. Just a little bit. I need like one more easy to proc buff. And then I'll be set. Oh yeah, we have like way too much money right now, dude. Dude, this is so easy to proc. I have been seeing people saying that like a lot of these reds are really undertuned and stuff. This one is super easy to make use of. And we still have a whole level to loot on this, my goodness. It's a 20% all stats up, which means it's multiplicative too with everything else that you have. I think it's really strong, Nectar is. Is it bonus health as well? Hold on. Yes, it is. What the heck? It is an all stats up in the most literal sense, huh? That's interesting. Alright. Let's go play the shrine. We'll play it 2 more times if it doesn't pay out. Alright. Hey, medkit's actually a buff if we get hit. It's so weird what counts as a buff. It's almost everything, actually, that goes on that hot bar. So we get 4 innately, and then if we get hit, we'd get a 5th. That's a debuff. Hey, by the way, so your primary fire slows enemies as well? It is crazy. So now with Chrono Bobble, we get double slows. It's incredibly effective. Ooh, I'm actually going to take the key. So I don't have the first DLC, which means I actually don't get void items, I guess, is what they're called, corrupted items. So I can't get encrusted key, but honestly, I think a white one stage, especially on stage 1, giving up 1 white to get a green on stage 2 can be incredibly handy. Especially since a lot of the items I'm going to be getting are going to be buffs if they're greens. I find this L2 a little more difficult to use. Wow, look at that. Gasoline does not count. That's okay. We have so much money, by the way. I'm curious what you guys think of this character, by the way. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, we do just have 5. Ooh, look at that. When we're outside of combat, we always have an all stats up, huh? Sort of. I don't really know. It's affecting my health weird. So, it sounds like every 5 seconds it's actually proccing a new instance of the buff. It's very hard to tell how this item works, but it looks like it's just if you have 5 buffs active, minus the fact that my HP, there we go, my HP didn't go up because, yeah, okay. That's weird, but that's okay. Ooh. I think I usually take the first level a little slower than I should, but that's okay, right? Ooh. Hey, I'm actually running the other L2, which means I can actually go for, like, barrels. Pot rolling, as it's actually called. I hope, by the way, that the game isn't too quiet for you guys. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Oh, I completely forgot to ask you guys to like and subscribe and all that stuff. So if you are enjoying this, I would love to know, because I'm kind of trying to branch out away from Elden Ring a little bit. I still want Elden Ring to be on the channel, but I kind of feel like I should diversify a little. And also with this big expansion coming out for Risk of Rain, I think it would be a good time for that. On top of that, guys, did you see that this update actually has increased the player base dramatically? Like, it's some of the highest player count that Risk of Rain 2 has seen. It's really impressive. War Banner is a buff. Antlers aren't. Okay. I'm not getting War Banner, though, even though it's a buff, because Soldier Syringe exists. Oh yeah, I mean, we are strong right now. When I even see one of the buttons. So if you guys don't know about pot rolling, I would be a little bit surprised, but not everybody knows the intricacies of this game. So I'll go over it with you. But there are going to be 2 buttons on this map, and we've actually found them. You want to hit both of them. Well, in single player, you're not exactly able to hit both buttons on your own. However, pots can press the buttons. So assuming we can actually roll this thing uphill, I don't know if we're going to be able to, by the way. Actually, we've got gasoline. We'd have to be real careful about killing enemies over here. Unless we find a better pot to roll. This is a really unfortunate spot to be in for pot rolling. Both of them are really hard to get pots to. So we'll see. I might not get this. But if you do it, it gets you both sets of bands, is why it matters. Jeez, why am I getting swarmed here? One of the issues that I've heard with this game right now is that, like, you get doubled director credits right now. Which means way more champions, and not that. My goodness. My kitty cat's trying to break into a box. This is not working at all. I heard they made pot rolling easier, though. It feels like it's moving easier. But we keep getting swarmed by Lemurians, of all things. It's like the worst outcome. These guys are really close. Yeah, I was worried that would happen. Well, we might not get pot rolling today. Seeming a little bit unlikely. Not unless we can roll this pot around. Which I think is a lot easier said than done. So what we're going to do is just come back after. And after we kill the boss and end all the enemies so that we don't have to be bothered by them. Wow, we're not going to get that pot either because she's going to set off gasoline on it. That sucks, dude. Oh, did you see how far I sent that thing, though? You know, one of the things I've been really curious about is how Aegis would work with this L2. If it would provide enough shields or not. I kind of feel like it wouldn't. Dude, I'm feeling these. I don't know if it's actually true on PlayStation if the director credits actually make a difference, but sometimes it feels like it. There are so many champions these days. I don't know if you guys have interacted with like Guild of Champions. By the way, we are incredibly strong right now. Holy cow. But beyond the fact that Warped Echo is broken and breaks Mithrix, I actually think it's a fine item. It's just kind of a do-nothing item for the most part. A few characters can make use of it. It's just, I don't think it's a way that people typically try to play, right? So I think the idea is if you take a big hit that would kill you, it halves the damage you take and you take the other half afterwards. It gives you basically 3 seconds to react to the big hit of damage, right? So like say you get hit by Mithrix's overhead hammer and it would one-shot you, but not quite. So you take half health, or it would basically just about one-shot you or just barely one-shot you. You take half health from it instead of dying, and then you react within the next 3 seconds and you can use a move that has armor or something. And a lot of characters get that option. And for example, Seeker gets Sojourn, their L1. It just saves them, it makes them immune to damage, which means if you get hit by something big, you can hit L1 and just ignore the damage. So that sort of thing sounds handy. Gnarled Woodland Sprite. Gnarled Wood Sprite, I should say. It's okay. It's got a really fast cooldown. Ooh, I will take more attack speed, please. And a Death Mark? Death Mark is huge for us right now, because we have 2 slows, fire. Okay, so we don't quite have enough for Death Mark yet. I'm gonna see if I can get one of these pots rolled, but I have low hopes. Possibly like one of these. But I really don't see it happening. We have to get it like all the way around the map, dude. I hate this, I'll tell you. Pot rolling has never been fun anyway, but like, it's basically essential for this map, right? You're giving up you're giving up a ton of DPS for not doing it, right? But it's such a pain to do. Oh my god, I hit it. Oh my god. Well, so much for this. I don't think there's any other pots close enough. Hold on. No, it's completely stuck, pretty much. We need to hold it still is what I'm trying to do, and then point in another direction so I get 2 seconds of move time. It's awful. And this is why. This was built to be a co-op achievement, is the thing, getting bans. Oh my god, that hits it, dude. Let's see. Are there any other pots? I'll give it one more shot, but we're going towards the hill. Dude, I'm giving up on this. I'm sorry, guys. Pot rolling is, not worth it. Not when we're already this strong. Anyway, that was a fun little detour, huh? And I probably missed a bunch of items because of it. That's okay. I don't think it's ever really fun for people to watch pot rolling either, so I'm mostly just gonna cut all that out. Anyway, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed not watching that. You missed me getting all salty about not being able to do pot rolling. If you're curious what happened. But that's okay. So far, we've actually got a really strong build going on here. I think we need one more debuff for Deathmark. And then if we can run Deathmark and Growth Nectar, I think it's called, we're gonna be kind of unstoppable. Like, our stats are gonna be really strong. That guy went flying. Not even worth pursuing. I guess Knockback Fin is an item. I do think this is one of the more lackluster items of the DLC, but I've heard people calling it worthless. I don't think it is. It doesn't synergize with things, but that sucks. it does stuff on its own, right? Like, the way it knocks back enemies is really odd, but it seems to kind of lock enemies in place. They lose all forward momentum during it, which seems like it could be important. Yeah, I keep getting difficulty ups. If you didn't know, this buff move that I have also actually does deal damage. It's just hard to land the hits on it, but it does 450% damage. I do not like this new enemy, by the way. I think they're really bad. The new magma worm enemy, they drive me nuts. They've killed me so many times in ways that I never would expect. Because when they come out of the ground, they emerge and do a multi-hit explosion. Ooh, believe. That's a debuff, guys. But on top of that, they can throw out fire fields, kind of like how the mushrooms work. But it's not just grounded, it's AoE completely. Stuff like that. They're really a strong enemy. And they show up like on level 3 onwards for a lot of the different, for most of the maps too. Stone golems. 3 gilded stone golems at that. Okay. I think gilded enemies have become incredibly, or are incredibly dangerous. Stone golems shouldn't be bad, but something other than stone golems would be pretty terrible. They steal your money, but I haven't had much issue with that because it seems to be basically after they die, they give all of it back, or most of it. I'm actually dying here. Hold on. Be careful. We're down like 600 money now off of these guys. And I called this thing to get money, dude. Oh, I died. Well, that sucks. Oh well, that's gonna be the first episode, huh? I died real early on. That was interesting. I kind of feel a little... Well, I botched that one, honestly. A lot of it. I think I really underestimate gilded enemies every single time they show up. I think they've killed more of my runs than almost anything else at this point now. They have more health than almost, I think, any other champion. They get armor when their shield is up, I think. And then on top of that, they don't necessarily ignore one-shot protection, but they do way increased damage. To the point where, I don't know, they feel a lot stronger than anything else, honestly. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you're liking Risk of Rain or not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get my E5 win later. Thank you for watching, though. Bye.